Bea has a bad posture. That's why she needs to start ballet. Do you really want to wear this? This is way too small. Those are only 2 sentences that I was confronted with when I was 7 years old. I started ballet because I thought, this would be fun, dancing around, that's okay. Little did I know that I had a really, really strict Russian teacher. And she didn't have it. She didn't have me dancing around, no. First position, second position, third position, fifth, and so on and so forth. And I loved it. I loved it. Until I was 13 and I decided that this is going to be my life. This is going to be my dream. This is what I want in my life. And I auditioned for a boarding school, a ballet boarding school in England. I wanted to go there. I didn't tell my parents because I didn't think they would approve, so I was just faking their autograph, signed up, went there. No, I didn't went to England, I didn't go to England, but they came to my city and had this audition there. And I was like, I'm gonna nail this. This is my dream. This is what I wanted. This is what I've been preparing for. When I was 7, and I started this is what I'm gonna do. And so with 13, I went into this audition and I danced my heart out. Then she said, let's put on pointed shoes. I was like, shit. Okay, I can do this. I can manage. I stood on my pointy toes, did this, I smiled and everything. And when we were done, she came to me and said, up here, you look very nice. But everything from here down there, you're no ballet material. Your feet are way too long, your knees are crooked, your hips are gonna, get wide when you go through puberty, and you're gonna be really tall, so you're never gonna be a principal dancer. So when I was 13, my dreams were shattered. I didn't know what I was going to do with my life. And my parents were really amazing because they always said, you will find the next thing. If it's not that, then it's something else. If you don't love it anymore, you will find something else that you love. And I was clinging on to this because my parents were both very successful. My mom was a trader in a bank, and my dad was an entrepreneur. And so I thought I needed to measure up to this. I needed to find something that made me successful. And I thought that with ballet, being on a stage, dancing, having people in front of me cheering, that would make me successful. But with 13, I discovered that that was not my path. So I started searching, because I was very determined to find success. And I did this, and I did that, and I did this. I applied for almost every sport that I could find. Because I thought, I'm a very athletic person. I should be doing something like that. Well, it turns out I'm not really good with a ball. It turns out I'm not very good with anything that is outside of my body. So I was like, okay, then maybe I'm gonna use my brain, That's inside my body. I can do something with that. So I started studying and I thought, okay, I'm gonna be very successful. But I was mediocre. Because I had this mindset of, I'm gonna achieve the best with doing the least amount of work. That's not working in academics, right? So I discovered acting. And I thought, that's a stage. People look at me. I can be successful there as well. And I actually was. I have a career for 25 years as an actress on stage, on TV, on screen. And it was a blast until it wasn't anymore. And I remember my parents saying, if you don't love it anymore, find something else. Do something else. And we heard this today a lot about mindset and what we tell ourselves. My mind kept telling me, no, you're successful right now. You can't stop this. You're invited to Oscar parties. You have your film premieres. You have this, you have that. Maybe next year you're gonna have your own show. I was like, yeah, but I don't love it anymore. How can I be successful when I don't love it? When my heart is not in it? And I was fighting my ego for a while there. You spent so much money on this. You spent so much time with this. You have done so much freaking work. You cannot give this up. We've worked too hard for this. I was like, no, I have to. I cannot do this all my life. I cannot have people looking at me and just seeing what's wrong with me and why I'm not fit for the part. I want people to see who I am for what I am and not all of my faults. And that's when I discovered a really, really cool quote. And that says, you cannot change the problem with a mind that created it. And so I dove into research again and thought, I need to change my mind because I cannot get out of this with the same mind. And I discovered energy. And I discovered how powerful it is to be connected to something greater than myself. And I started channeling. And I started receiving all those messages and paths in front of me all of a sudden. When you're in the pit, you only see one way. You're like, I want to go up there. How do I go up there? But all of a sudden, when you open up your mind, when you expand, when you grow, you see so much more. You see that there's a side of the river that you can actually easily access where you want to go instead of paddling through the streams and through the rapids. And this is what I work with my clients on. I have created a method called the river flow method. And this is based on the riverbed being your masculine energy, because we have both in us, the masculine and the feminine energy. And the ideal is that they are balanced. So when the riverbed is the masculine energy that is holding the feminine energy, it is holding the river. We can be structured, we can be straight, but we are also creative. We're open, we're flowing. When we're only in our feminine energy, we flow everywhere. Like we go everywhere and we get nothing done. When we are straight in our masculine, we're so hard, we're so focused that we cannot see anything else. So we need to have that balance. We need to have that inner harmony. And why I say success is the mother of all problems is because we are so conditioned by society to conform to the narrow mind that society has about success. There's not just one way of success. Success is as unique as your fingerprint. Your fingerprint is one of a kind, and so is your version of success. So you need to find what success means to you. Earl Nightingale said that only 1 out of 100 people will become successful. And that is because only one person knows their why they're doing what they're doing, why they're here on this earth. And in my search of success, I have tried many whys. And my why right now is to inspire people to live their best life, to live their most authentic self, to become their inner superwoman. Because we all are. We all have superpowers. And I'm using that term because it is a freaking truth. We all think, nah, that's not me. Nah, I'm just doing my thing. I'm just here doing this. No, by being on this planet, it took about 4 billion options to create just you. So you are a freaking supercharged being here To bring this all together, to conclude this, I want to ask you right now, what does success mean to you? What is your personal definition of success? And when you've found that, then you know why you're doing it. And when you know why you're doing it, you will know how you're going to do it. Because as soon as you know why, things will open up. Your narrow path will open and you will see opportunities. You will see possibilities. And as soon as you become an opportunist, just like me, you see opportunities in everything. Because that, for me, is success. To being open, to being free, and to love what you do. Thank you so much.